Hey guys, Devin here with Lifetime Preparedness. As you can see, today we're going to talk about food. That's all we talk about here. Not really. We talk about a lot of other things, but the main thing I like to talk about is food because I feel like food, second to water, it's definitely the most important possible thing you can prep. So today we're talking about rice and how to put it in this. Fairly simple. All right. So you want to get a 5-gallon bucket. Get a lid. Costs you about $5 at Home Depot. You want to get yourself some rice. It's here. 50-pound bag of rice from Sam's Club. Run you about $18 now, $19 since prices have gone up. Mylar bags, whether that's going to be the 1-gallon ones that I use here. Some people use 5-gallon ones. I have used the 5-gallon ones. I prefer the 1-gallon ones. Makes it a little easier, and I think it's more portable that way. You don't have to, when you do pack everything up, you don't have to, when you do open the bucket, you don't have to, open a bag and then have it unsealed. You can, open and have one of these and be able to take one of these out, because I believe 4 of them fit in here once they're full. So you're able to take that out, and you could either, just eat that amount and still have the rest sealed away, whether the lid seal is broken or not. You can still, have food to give to people. You can take a bag out and you can give it to someone if you need to. If you need to share with a neighbor, you want it for trading, trade a bag of rice, trade a gallon of rice. You can do it that way, and it makes it a little easier to maneuver, especially if you got to change buckets. I don't know, I just find it more convenient, and like I could get more use out of these 1-gallon ones. And obviously you need your oxygen absorbers here. And got a heat sealer. I would have used, some people use flat iron, some people use clothing iron. I personally like the heat sealer, especially since I have the 1-gallon Mylar bags. But, it's preference, and I did get this on sale. That is why I picked it up, or I would not have gotten it. I think I paid like $25 for it, and it has extra attachments for it as well, replacement parts, things like that. But no, it gives it a nice, good seal on that. So what you're going to want to do is you want to take this, open it up, and I always wash my hands before I do this. You want to open it up, and then pretty much, put rice in this bag. Again, rice in the bag. Simple first step. Rice in the bag. Then, I usually do about all 4 bags. I fill up with rice, fill up all 4 bags, right? And then, oxygen absorbers. Put 1 in each bag. I believe these are the 2000 cc oxygen absorbers. 300 cc. These are the other ones. So I actually put 2 of these in there. I put 2 of these oxygen absorbers in here, since they're only the 300 cc's. So I put, 2 of those in each. One will do. I like to, have a little extra in there, so I put 2. So you put rice in the bag, 4 bags. If you're doing it this way, 5-gallon bucket, you're going to do 1, and then put a different amount of oxygen absorbers in there, based on how many gallons it is. And then so you put the rice in a bag, oxygen absorber in a bag. Then you go and you heat seal. Not going to show you today though, because there is, again, many videos on how to do this on the YouTube. Highly recommend, if you're going to check it out, Bear Independence channel. He has a couple videos on putting food in buckets. Food in buckets. Alright, and then you're going to put the bags, all 4 of them, pack them in here. I usually do 1, 2, 3, and then 1 on top, since I use the 1-gallon, but 5-gallon, just put it in, fill it, oxygen absorber, heat seal, then you pop the lid on. Pretty simple. Very simple process. All of it costs you, obviously heat sealer, it costs a little more, but that was a one-time purchase. If you have a female living in your house, you have the flat iron for the hair. You can use that. That works really well. You can use a ironing for clothes. You can use I've seen people use blow dryers when they have high temp blow dryers. So it's all based on what you have, what you can work with. Some people I've seen some people just use a torch, but that I do not recommend. It's extremely hard. You got to keep it very far away, just enough to heat it up. Don't recommend that. It makes it too complicated. Tonight I am gonna probably pack this up. Probably gonna get some more this weekend, and if I do that, maybe I will put a video up of me packing some rice away. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, no, it's a pretty simple process. Again, go check out Bear Independence channel. He has a great video on that. One of the best preppers on the YouTube. Also, he has a Patreon. Go check out his Patreon too. I am definitely a subscribing member, a monthly member. He has a good videos on that. Ed over at Prepper Nurse 1, he has some good videos on it as well. Those are some channels that I definitely support you guys going and checking out. Great channels over there. And another shout out over to Viking Preparedness. He has some very good videos as well. And actually, another one I wanted to shout out was the first prepper I ever watched on YouTube, which was Prepper Nurse 1. Or not, sorry, Prepper Nurse 1. I was just talking about him. Southern Prepper 1. He is great prepper. A lot of useful information coming from him. And it's a really good channel, especially a lot of his older videos. I highly recommend you guys go check him out. Great channel. But again, we'll go over this real quick. Get the bag. Fill bag with rice. Put oxygen absorber in bag. Put bag in bucket. Seal it. Or you can seal it before you put it in the bucket. Up to you. Depends on what you're using. If you're using the 5 gallon, sometimes it's easier to put the 5 gallon bag in here and then seal it. Sometimes it is easier just to take this and seal up the bag before you put it in the bucket. And then put the lid on. And I always like to take this, personally, I like to take the cooking instructions. I cut them out, English and Spanish, and I like to put them in the bucket. That way there's some cooking instructions in case you say you are giving the bucket away, or you say you're just giving a gallon away, or even if you're just giving a couple cups away, something to someone in need, and then you can give them the instructions on how to cook it if they don't already know how to cook the rice. I also do a calorie count, and I put how many calories are in each bucket. I definitely like to do that here. Let me go and show you over here my, this is just some of where I store some of my food. Here's 25, this is not the right bucket. This one I have to actually put, I think I put the calories in the bottom. I forgot to put them on top. I'm going to have to write that on. I'm trying to remember what bucket. I think these 3 I just did. Anyway, I usually put the calories on, how many calories are in each bucket. 25 pounds long grain white rice, and then I date it. That's usually the process of how I do this. Excuse me for a second. Bring it back here. All right. So, yeah, very simple process. I highly recommend you guys, with the way things are going in the world, pack some food away. It's fairly cheap. I think it runs about $27 roughly to pack this away. It's not too bad at all. Not bad. It's a good price. Yeah, no. And you get a lot of I believe it's somewhere, I want to say around 60 to 80,000 calories. 504 servings, 160 per serving. That's a lot of calories, and that's a lot of good carbs right there. That's 13% of your daily value, based on a 2,000 calorie diet, which is, it's only a quarter cup. So it's 35 grams of total carbs. Got a little bit of proteins in there, not much, but it's definitely probably the best thing to have as a base for your survival food. I recommend the freeze-dried food as well, but I think rice is the best base to have for any survival food. You can add anything to it. You can have it with any meal, theoretically. You can have breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, doesn't matter. With that being said, you guys go out and stock some rice. Put it in buckets. Rice, buckets. Go do it.